This is the garage door opener video. Yay! Okay. And no wonder I couldn't undo this one. Check this one out. This one just doesn't work. Our pull arm doesn't work. Look at that. You go over there. So it doesn't matter what we do. Our optic sensors have been bypassed. Is it even plugged in? Well, it is plugged in. Optic sensors have been bypassed. Now at this point, this is a very good point. You see this door over here? This is the larger one. This is the south one. This is the smaller one. This is the north one. See, this is the manual door lock. It has not been decommissioned. All right? So if you lock this door and forget about it and come home and push the button outside or whatever, this can cause the door to bend and buckle and damage the door. As long as you're using the door opener, then this should have been decommissioned. And then I always explain to my clients, if you choose to no longer use the door, then you could recommission it. And so here we are. Here we are. How about that? It's like a living real example. And that door is balanced. Okay. So all we have to do is determine which door is which. Let's see. This door? That's him. And he doesn't work. That's why it was decommissioned. You've got a garage door opener that does not work. Let's turn you off for a little bit. All right, so by process of elimination, I know which door button we're going to work with. Now these buttons are relatively high, and that's actually a good thing. It keeps the little hands from getting up there. You can see the paw prints right there. All right, some people have been putting them up there. All right, I'll have to get some hand sanitizer out here in a minute. So what's wrong with these buttons besides this one goes to a door that doesn't work? There should be a notice posted up here, an entrapment notice, a safety entrapment notice. I call them squash stickers. A lot of times they have illustrations on them like of a kid being squashed. That's what we have. Then we come over here, and on this door, and actually on both of these doors, whether they work or not, but on these bottom corners, man, somebody's been running their car in the garage. Boy, that is dangerous. That's a long trip without ever... Whoo! Man, that's kind of scary to look at. I'm sorry, I saw that. On the corners of these doors, we should have spring tension notices. I call them pinch notices, all right? Because I have a cat named Pinch. And so, anyway, on the corner of each door are the first panel. And that's why we work with shingles, with stairs, with bricks, with panels. First panel, second panel, third panel. We work from the top up. And on the first panel, we should have pinch stickers. And then we should have those same entrapment stickers. I can't read that. That's not legible. The entrapment sticker is not necessary on this door so long as it's been decommissioned. But when it becomes recommissioned, you're going to need a notice on this door. And this door needs a notice on it today because I'm assuming that it works. I hope it works. Okay? So we move on along. This house was built in 2020. Okay? So at the time this home was built, the garage ceiling... What? Oh, 2000. Okay. 2020 would be different, actually. So thank you for the correction. At 2000, our garage ceilings were not required to be GFCI protected. By today's standards, they would be. Retrofitting is a good idea. Why? Because you got a metal door. If this thing becomes energized because of a short and the ground's not taking care of it, the entire door becomes a nice little bug zapper or a kid zapper. So you don't want that. You don't want that. GFCI, now that would be retrofitting. Again, I'm not licensed to practice law. I'm not licensed to practice real estate. That would be a retrofit. Talk to your agent and you'll probably learn that that's the way it was built. That's probably what you're going to hear. So let's come on over here. Let's get some action going. Okay, I do not do block tests. Okay? I do not do block tests. I made a business decision to do no harm. That's what I did. And so I will test it with the optic sensor. Optic sensors are not supposed to be they're not supposed to be farther from the garage floor than 6 inches. That's 12 Pro right there. So that's way over 6 inches. So the optic sensors should be lowered. Okay? Now, the wires that are coming up here. Well, how about that? Man, I like good stuff. Insulated staples. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So we're going to come over here, and how I test the safety reverse is I take my big old zombie hoof and I break the beam. And we'll know that it works. And inside of your inspection report, I have baked in instructions on how to do a block test. So the listing agent can demonstrate a block test if it's important to you, because it's the amount of sensitivity. Or somebody can do the block test. But we're just going to know if it works or not. So come on over here, because I talk too much. I get it. And there we go. Listen to her. That's kind of... Woo! That's scary. I mean, there we go. There we go. My big old flat foot just sent it right on up there. How about that? So we know it works. But we also know that it's squeaking. So that's, it could be adjusted better. This gasket, okay, these gaskets, look at this gasket. These are what keeps this stuff out of the garage. All right? I don't know why this is hanging over so much. Why is it hanging over so much? Because it's hanging over here. We're missing our gasket. Okay, what does that tell us? Well, it tells us that leaves and stuff are going to blow in the garage. That's the way it works at my house. They blow into the garage. And I'm just warning you that if your wife is like my wife, you're going to hear about it. You're going to hear about it. And here's another thing. It's kind of on the flat work. Kind of going in here. Everybody has noticed this. But these like leaf patterns where the surface of the where the flat work has come up. That's not going to affect your floor, your foundation, your garage floor, but it will chip more. It will chip more. I don't know what to call that. That's really not spalling. It's really not mottling, but it's spamottling.